I'm back. That's a little throwback to Poltergeist. If you're Gen X, you'll know how scary that movie was, and you might just have a clown phobia now. But I thought it'd be fun today to work on this painting of ghosts and to talk a little bit about ghosts, and I might also throw a corn chowder soup that I made at the end here, at the end of the video. And I also have an unboxing to show you what my mom got me for Halloween this year. So yeah, I also wanted to show you, since it's September, happy September, everybody. I'm wearing my Salem, my witch house shirt that I got last year in Salem. So I thought it would be fun to wear to start the spooky season. So yeah, let's get started. So I'm going to be using my Posca paint pens on this little painting today. And I got the idea for this painting. I made a drawing for one of the Inktober challenges. I'm right here. And I'm going to put the drawing in here, just to show you. I made it it inspired me to do a little painting. And I've used the Posca markers or paint pens before on this painting, which I don't think it turned out that bad. I have to get used to them, that's all. So in my last video, actually, let me just get some of these going. So I'm going to shake them up. And then you gotta, I'm using a paper plate today. I like doing paper plates because you just gotta press down to get the paint going. And hopefully this works. There it goes. I like using paper plates so I can just check it at the end instead of cleaning stuff off. Okay, so I'm gonna just darken up some of these areas here. See. And I got the idea to talk about ghosts today because in my last video, the one that you might not have seen it, and by the way, my name is Lisa if you've never seen my videos. My last video, I put in a picture of myself in a mask at the very end. And it was actually a live photo that I took last year during Halloween. It was Halloween day. And I took it to send to my family. It was a live picture. And when I played it back, there was someone saying, "All right," in the picture. It was really scary. So I actually put my mask on and I did it again. And I said, "All right," through the mask just to make sure it wasn't myself. And it sounds like a man. It didn't sound like me. So I'm going to put that in here. All right. And hopefully you can hear the all right part. But that kind of freaked me out. So bringing that back up and putting it in my last video made me want to talk about ghosts today. And it's selfishly, I was hoping that people put in their own experiences in the comments because I love reading about ghost stories and the paranormal. And I haven't had too many experiences. This house is not, I don't think this house is haunted. It's only 26 years old. But we have had a couple of weird things happen here. One thing was we were watching The Conjuring one day. It was my husband, myself, and my daughter. And we decided to pause it. I had to do laundry and my daughter had to get a drink or something in the kitchen. And she was on one end of the room and I was on the other end of the room in the kitchen. And we both heard each other say something and we turned around and said, "What?" And it was neither one of us that said anything. It sounded like a woman's voice right in between us. So that was a little weird. And it was clearly a woman's voice. It was like a mumbling. I apologize. You guys did not need to be that close to my face. So anyway, what I was saying was we heard that woman's voice, and let me see if I can turn a light on here. Oh, it's too bright. We heard that woman's voice, and later on, my daughter and I were in the living room, and my husband went into the kitchen to do something, and all of a sudden he said, "What?" And he heard a woman's voice as well, and it was neither one of us. So that was pretty interesting. It's funny that was happening during the Conjuring movie. But yeah, I've just had little things like that happen. Nothing big. Well, I got my Ouija mug out because we did, as a teenager, I had a Ouija experience. I went with a group of friends, stupidly. We brought a Ouija board to a cemetery, and it was at night. And we brought it out, we gathered around, we sat on the ground in front of some gravestones. I don't know what we were thinking. Really stupid. But yeah, we sat down, we started doing the Ouija, and I think we asked if they were male or female, and they said female, and we asked their age, and I think they were a teenager. I don't remember all the details because this is like over 30 years ago. But it ended up spelling out, don't drink and drive, and that freaked us all out. We weren't drinking at the time. You know, we were too young. We didn't drink at that point. I think we were 17, maybe 16. But yeah, I remember we went around trying to find like gravestones of people that were younger, and we found one and we got out of there. So that was creepy. Then I had another experience. I had an experience when I was really little. When I was really little growing up, we lived in a duplex that was in my mother's family for years and years. Like my grandparents lived on one side and we lived on the other. And the house must have been 100 years old at the time. It was really old and creaky, had a scary basement, the works. So I was really, really young, probably maybe 5, I'm thinking, or 5 or 6. And I did see a shadow in my room at night, like the outline of a person. And I just threw my blankets up above my head like a kid would and just fell asleep that way. And that's the only thing I had happen there. But I did talk in my sleep and walk in my sleep there, and I didn't do that anywhere else really. And I did fall down the stairs while I was walking in my sleep once. But my mother told me years later that her grandfather had died in the house, and she did see him after he died, and she said he looked angry, which is a little scary. I never met him. I wasn't even born when he died, but yeah, that's a little creepy. I'm trying to think of what else has happened. Not too much. My father actually owns what used to be my grandmother's house. I'm just going to put some white in here to make the ghosts pop. Yeah, so he owns what used to be my grandmother's house. And she passed away in the house. She had cancer, and it was pretty awful. But it was either the day or two after she passed. My aunts and uncle were sitting and my father, I think, was in the back room and they actually heard her call my aunt's name in the house, which was weird. And then they had a picture fall off around the same time. A picture that had been there for a long time fell off the wall. And sometimes my dad hears shuffling. My grandmother used to wear slippers all over the house. And sometimes he's heard shuffling of the slippers, and they've had lights flicker on and off. And just recently he actually had I gave him he likes horror movies too. So I gave him a Dracula statue a long time ago, and he's got like his own little room in the back, and he put it on a shelf, and it's been there for years. And he said out of nowhere it fell off, and so he called me to make sure everything was okay with me, which was nice. But I guess that's pretty much all I can think of. But yeah, I'm really interested in hearing what you guys have experienced. I used to be a big Ghost Hunters fan, and when we went back to visit Rhode Island, New England, we went and tried to find the TAPS office, and we did find it. And when we drove by, we saw Grant standing up there, which was exciting. But my husband said we should stop and ask for a picture. But I'm not that type of person. I don't know what to say to famous people. So that was okay. Just seeing him from afar and waving was fine with me. But yeah, I used to watch that show all the time. So I think I'm gonna stop talking because I don't really have too much more to say. And I'll probably speed up this video so you're not bored, and work on this painting a little bit more. So far, I like these markers, except they're a little bit drippy. See that? It's kind of dripping. I should smooth it out before it goes too far. Yes, I'll work on this. And I'm going to put a corn chowder that I made. I made it last week when it was 90, and I should have saved it for today because it was so beautiful out. Really felt like fall. It was like 60 in the 60s and windy, and some of the leaves were falling, and it was so nice. And when I made the soup, it was in the 90s. So the soup was good, and it's perfect for fall. So I'll put that at the end, and I'll show you what my mom got for Halloween, and that'll wrap up this video. So I appreciate you watching, and if you want to subscribe, that would be awesome too, and I hope you'll have a good day. Gonna stop here for now. I like the markers, or the paint pens, but the tip I wish was a little bit thinner. Then I could get some details going in there. So this is what I did for today. I just wanted to mention that I'm going to add my Instagram account to my YouTube channel. If you want to check out my other drawings that I did for a few Inktober's or some Inktober's in the past, they'll be on there. And what Inktober is they give you a list of words. They're like prompts, daily prompts to get you thinking about making a daily drawing every day. So you draw something based on those prompts through the month of October. I probably won't do it this year because I don't think I'll have enough time for work. But if you're interested in what I did in years past, you can check out my Instagram. So thanks again. Good morning. Today I thought I'd make some, oh, I almost hurt myself. Today I thought I'd make some corn chowder. So I don't have to think about dinner tonight. I just want to get dinner over with and out of my head. So I'm starting with 3 potatoes. I'm going to chop up. I might add another one, just depending on how much it fills. And I should have said I'm going to make this in the crock pot so it can cook all day. It's not really going to be a chowder type of day. This is more of a fall recipe probably, but I just wanted to get dinner over with because I'm tired. So just chop these up. Throw them in the crock pot. I do like using my crock pot quite a bit, although it always makes me think of This Is Us. If you ever watch that show, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Get over here. These are all chopped up. And next I got a couple of carrots here. I'll chop these up too. Bella might make an appearance because she loves carrots. It's so early, I haven't even had my coffee yet. Couldn't stop thinking about making this though. I just wanted to get it out of the way. Some days you just don't want to think about what's for dinner. My husband likes lots of carrots in his soup, so I'm going to be putting quite a few. I used to chew gum at work all the time, like way more than I should. Okay, so the carrots are done. I'll throw those in. So I was trying to stop chewing gum because it has aspartame in it. I've been looking and looking, and I was starting to chew that pure gum. So I'm gonna put in a red onion in. I like these onions better than the white. I'm just gonna peel this. Anyway, I started chewing pure gum and then I saw something bad about the chemical in that one. I forget what the name of it is, like xylitol or something. So recently I started cutting up carrots and apples to chew on throughout the day, and it's not as good as gum, but it's been working. Just need something to distract me. I'm not on phones. Luckily, I'm on chats. So they don't have to hear me chew. I'm just rinsing off the onion here. You can't see. All right. So hopefully I don't hear anything bad about carrots and apples, because I don't know what to do then. Alright, so I'm just dicing this onion up. I'll end up putting this on for like 3 hours high. And then I'll turn it down after a few hours and just let it cook on low for a while till we're ready to eat it. Oh, my eyes are watering. Okay, now I'm gonna add a bag of frozen corn. Use the whole bag. Throw it in there. And I'm gonna add some green corn. This is just from Aldi. I'm gonna add a whole thing of vegetable stock. And I try to be mostly vegan. You eat, well, I'll say plant-based, not vegan. Mostly plant-based. So I'll throw the whole vegetable broth in. Give it a good stir. And I'll give it a good stir here. And I don't want to fill it up too much because I will be putting in some cashew milk, and I'll be thickening it up with cornstarch later on in the day. And I got a can of white beans here. Some northern beans I'll be throwing in for protein. Just gonna rinse those off. Put some garlic powder in. And I'm not measuring, just a good amount, whatever you like. Stir it up. I like to have a tiny bit of white pepper. Just a little. And I'm also going to put a good amount of nutritional yeast in. So this is what it looks like. And I will add salt, but I'll do it towards the end because I don't want it to be too salty. All right, so I'll put that in the crock pot and let it cook for a while. And I'll show you what I add later. So I did end up adding another can of beans and another potato. And now I'm gonna take a couple of big spoonfuls of cornstarch. Add water to that. I didn't realize we were out of cashew milk, so I'm going to add a couple of spoons of coconut milk yogurt, unsweetened. Actually more than a couple of spoons. Maybe like 4. And this was turned down to low for about a couple of hours. And I've added water to the cornstarch. I'll throw that in. Mix it around. And then I'll just add salt to taste. And keep it on warm until we're ready to have it. I just wanted to show you it came out delicious, nice and thick. A nice hearty meal for a 90-degree day. I just received this package from Current from my mom. Let's see what she got me for Halloween this year. And it looks like she got me an awesome puzzle. Ooh, that's so pretty. Let's see. That is so cool. Thank you, Mom.